Hello, welcome again to ben-Emmett's Torah Watchman channel. This is number 85. This is a special newsworthy edition. Not something I do every day, a special interest, and it's called Annexation. What does that have to do with the Torah and Jewish orthodoxy at large? Well, more than you think. Let's establish context, okay? First of all, please subscribe and click like and personal notify. Improve my videos by letting me know what you like and dislike as far as content. Here we go. Okay, I want to take you back in time, February the 2nd, 1848, okay? Before the Civil War, okay? What happened on that date? It was a big peace treaty with Mexico. Can we say American-Mexican War? Yeah, it lasted for a couple years. It was known, that treaty was known as the Guadalupe Hidalgo, if I'm pronouncing it correctly. Anyway, I'm not going to go and give you the detailed history of that Mexican-American War, except my sixth great-grandfather was a Cherokee Chief Nation. He actually fought in the war. Anyway, not germane. Where I'm going at is that Texas, before 1848, the United States of America, growing at that time, in the time of the Whig Party, yeah, who ever heard of that? Anyway, they annexed Texas as the new state of the Union. That caused conflict with our Mexican neighbors all across the border. We have issues with the border all the time. Anyway, there was a big war to the point, we marched troops into Mexico City. We won the war, long story short. We had a Pacific Ocean embargo against supplies and oil and things like that. And what it led to is the annexation, again, of New Mexico, Arizona, and large parts of California. Can you say SoCal? So this happened. This is documented in America's history. And we had conflict of interest with our neighboring nation of Mexico. Like a lot of nations, when they grow and they have geopolitical differences, they go to war sometimes, even though the President Polk, I believe at that time, tried to send a peace envoy, but his people were attacked, okay? That's why we got into war. That's why we beat the pants off the Mexican government, and that's why we took their land. But during that time, there was United Nations was not quite there. I think it was League of Nations. As far as I know, even though people in America, they were pacifists and some were conservative, for the war, against the war, and all this stuff. Can we all get along? But there wasn't any big ado with that. And, we've actually paid war reparations to Mexico on the tune of about $15 million. Anyway, I don't want to get down this rabbit hole. Very easy to do that because I love history. But where am I going is, when's the last time you've heard the United Nations that this has come up for as the President of Mexico or the Ambassador of the United States of Mexico going to the United Nations and demonizing the United States for stealing their land, for occupying the land? Texas, by some people in Mexico and even Hispanic Americans or immigrants are not quite so documented, believe Texas, big parts of California, New Mexico, and Arizona along the border there are actually occupied Mexican territory. Look it up if you don't believe me. So this is America. This is the United States. Love you, hate the country. We were built 50 states. We didn't get there overnight. Okay, we started out a little 13 colony. But anyway, here we are right now. And there's not any big UN resolutions right now for us to give Texas back to Mexico. So where are we at right now? What do you hear about in Eretz Israel politically? It's actually hitting, if you look at the New York Crimes newspaper or whatever, online or paper edition or whatever. I don't look at that. But anyway, you'll probably see in a Wall Street Journal a big news story about annexation in Israel. So why is that such a big news story in Israel compared to the United States? Well, it's because the big double standard, right? Anything Jewish, you always have a double standard. What am I talking about? Don't want to get back in ancient history, but you know what happened in 1967, the 6 Days War. We beat the pants off the Arabs. We beat the pants off of Egypt. We marched troops into Cairo until the U.S. said, foul, foul, stop, let's play nice. And the Russians were threatening to do what Russians do. But anyway, long story short, we won the Sinai Peninsula, all of Gaza, both East and West Jerusalem was ours, all of the West Bank, later on Golan Heights and all of this. Anyway, we tried to make peace and everything else by 1994, signed a bogus peace treaty with Jordan. The country just became in existence in 1946. We've been around for a long time, about 3,500 years, not germane. But anyway, we were attacked by foreign powers. When I say we, I mean my brothers and sisters, Jewish brothers in the Eretz Israel, B'nai Israelites, were attacked. Okay, by no fault of their own because they were Jewish, like the Nazis attacked the Jews because they were Jewish. Anyway, this is the double standard. So in 1967, pacifists in the Knesset decided, well, let's make peace. We won't rather sign a peace treaty with Egypt than have them war against us again. Okay, that is what it is. It's history. You can't change history. But what we're dealing with today is that talk about annexation of major Jewish community areas and cities in Judea and Samaria. Baruch Hashem, it should have been done in 1967. The Palestinians are in uproar. They're always in uproar about something, okay? COVID-19, the Jews poison their wells, right? That's what it is. They elected a terrorist government twice, Hamas in Gaza. And who they have to blame but anyone but themselves. Even talk to Saudi Arabia, even UAE is waking up. We don't want to deal with these Palestinian people anymore. 50% of Jordan's country is Palestinian. Actually, Palestine, if you want to pronounce it correctly in Arabic. Anyway, PM Golda Meir in the past said this is a non-issue because it's a non-people. Don't want to get into that. Don't want to improve anyone's reputation. Okay, but here we are. We're talking about annexation of Judea and Samaria. And Benjamin Netanyahu, who won Prime Minister again of Israel for almost 2 decades or so. But anyway, he's waiting on a green light for the Trump administration. Why does anyone in Israel need permission of the United States or any other country to say, is it okay that we simply acknowledge our right to exist in Israel? We only have a small piece of real estate about the size of what, New Jersey, New York or whatever? Not very big. And a lot of Jews live in there, trying to live harmoniously there. But anyway, they're Arab brothers. But anyway, they're talking about civil war, talking about conflict, the PLO, Palestinian Liberation Organization, founded Yasser Arafat around 1964. Look it up. I have videos on this. It's a lot of crapola. I'm sorry for saying that as an Orthodox Jew, but it's what it is. Listen, we don't need permission from anyone but Hashem to annex and acknowledge that God gave us this miraculous battle in 1967 to have this land ceded to us. In the United States, we recognize Golan Heights. They recognize other areas too. Anyway, it's nice to have the blessing of the United States government, big superpower, but I would rather have the blessings of Shem. Okay, so let's move forward here. Let's not be hypocritical. Let's be historical and factual in context. Always, right? That's all you will find here from this Jew on the Torah Watchman channel. So everyone take care and please pray. Please dive in for your Jewish brothers and sisters and the government, blue and white party and the Likud and all this, that they can come together and love each other. Tikkun Olam always begins at home, in your Jewish home there. Annex away, baby. That's what I say. You should have done it a long time ago. Listen, the Mashiach won't fix stupid. Don't wait for the Mashiach to fix things, stupid political things that you've done yourself. We shot ourselves in the foot many times, okay? We don't need a terrorist to bomb us. Anyway, God bless you. Shalom Aleichem. I'll see you real soon. Take care. Bye-bye.